Hey everyone, this is Christy Trusty with Sunshine Bird Vacations LLC, and this is a little walk that I took during our time at the Sandals Antigua Resort back in November of 2025. We stayed in a Mediterranean club level suite on the Mediterranean side, and I took a left to go down this path because I am walking to water sports. So join me on my little walk here, and that is the reflection pool gazebo where some of the club level activities are held. So we'll just keep walking along so you can see a little bit of the grounds here. They do have trash cans and recycling all throughout the resort, so that was wonderful to see. And to the left here, I don't know if I really show it, but there were little hideaway suites there with private plunge pools. So very cool little suites there. This area right here, there is croquet. And then you can see the entrance to the main pool with the swim up bar right ahead there, but we're gonna take a left because we're heading to water sports. And as the story here, I was dropping my husband off for his scuba diving refresher. Or orientation, I guess they call it. So they do give a free orientation for scuba diving on the resort just to get you back into the mode of scuba diving before you actually go out on a dive. That's the little suites with the plunge pools. They're pretty cute. So here's a better view of the main pool. Lots of seating around that main pool with the swim up bar in the middle. But the swim up bar also has, and those are the restrooms, just in case you're wondering. The swim up bar also has a side to it where you can walk up to it, so you don't have to be in the pool to get to that bar. They had this ping pong table out. I don't know if it stays out there always. It might have just been out there for a competition or something, but that's really fun to play on if you have some time. And this right here is the entrance to Barefoot, which is their it is in the sand, so if you're planning to go to Barefoot, just make sure you're wearing sandals or sand appropriate footwear. I guess hence the name of Barefoot, right? They do have these little showers and feet wash stations right next to the entrances to all the beach. There are only I believe there's 3 entrances, otherwise they have fences to kind of keep it out since it is a public beach in Antigua. And you can see there they had vendors, but that's Barefoot, and then that was water sports over there. So now my camera has switched around and we're walking towards the Caribbean side from the very far into the Mediterranean side. That gazebo that you just saw, they have weddings at, and they probably do candlelit dinners if you requested it. Looks like a beautiful spot. You can see here some of the entrances they actually fenced off. They post a security guard at each entrance, so they must have just wanted to cut down on security guards. This building to the right that is red is where our friends had, farther down, they weren't beachfront, but their butler level room was in this red building. So if you took a right here, they'd be kind of down in that alley. And you can see here is another entrance with the security guard, and they do ask you what room number you have to make sure that you're with the resort before you come back in from the beach. So don't forget your room number. But you can see here they have seating both outside and inside the resort, depending on where you want to be. Since it's public, there were a lot of kids in the ocean there. There must be some kid-friendly resorts around. So just keep that in mind, that it's not completely kid-free if you're out on the beach. I should also say that the snorkeling was not that great on the beach. It is shallower entry, and the waves make it very sandy, so you'd have to go out pretty far to get a clear visual if you're trying to if you're trying to snorkel from the beach. So I call this the scenic path from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean side, because you're basically just walking along the beach the whole time. It's a very one-way, easy path to get from one side to the other, and it gets you right to that main area. There's the coconut weather station. This is Eleanor's. And then ahead you'll see the bar, the walk-up bar, and then above that, I don't think I actually show it, is OK Corral. Courtyard Bistro is kind of to the left here, and Bayside was to the left, so I also didn't show that. And this is the Caribbean side stage. And this is the main Caribbean side hotel where you would check in. So they do have two sides for you to check in based on where your room is, and they'll tell you when to get off when you arrive. Those are their two parrots. All right, we're cutting to nighttime to give you an idea of how beautiful the resort is at night. They have lots of fires going, lots of light. It's very romantic. So, and you can see the boats out there. It's very beautiful to see them lit up and going around at night. All right, maybe I'm getting ready to walk here. Here we go. So again, to that left there is Eleanor's. To give you an idea of where we're at. That to the left there, that little round shop, that is a resort store. Not the only one, it's the smallest one. The coconut weather station. Some really nice fire beachside seating to go and hang out at if you want to. We found it a little too warm to be next to the fires, unfortunately, but they do look really nice. And we're just walking from the Caribbean side back to the Mediterranean side where I was. So that's a very easy path to take from one side to the other. It was all in all a very easy resort to navigate. I don't think you would need some resorts people with butlers use their butlers to get them around. I don't think you would need that with this resort. They do close up the beach access at night, probably because they don't want drunk people to go swimming, especially with no lifeguards present. We're back to that red building where my friends stayed in their butler level suite. While we walk, one thing I'll mention is the wildlife here. There are cats, as always. Sandals loves their cats. And they also had something that I had not seen before, which is a mongoose. They have mongoose everywhere. They're actually pretty cute. They don't attack you. They are what made Antigua snake-free, or at least no snakes near the resort. Because there's lots of mongoose on the resort. See here, beautiful places to sit by a fire, look out at the beach. And we're pretty much back to barefoot and water sports at this point. So thank you for walking along with me, and make sure to like and subscribe for more.